from the Love Shack.
And today we're going to be making a spiral pop-out work of art. You can use a circle, you can use a square, or you can create a triangle. So basically what you'll do is, well, first of all, your materials that you'll need are construction paper, something to draw with or color with, something to cut with. I'm going to use a little bit of paint on mine, and if you would like to trace a circle, you can trace a circle, or if you have another shape that you would like to trace on your paper, you can use something as a stencil. So first of all, you want to take your paper and we're going to put it vertically for now. And what you want to do is you want to draw a circle or a square or a triangle or a shape really, really large on the top half of your paper. So Ellie, you want to trace something, or you want to freehand?
I think I'll freehand. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. But small a bit.
Probably as big as you can on the top half.
Okay.
All right. And now inside your shape, you want to create a spiral. So maybe you just keep going around and around, like maybe a square spiral inside your shape. Starting somewhere from the top, I guess. There you go. Cool. All right, so far, Ella and I, we drew our shape. It's kind of hard to see. We drew our shape and we put a spiral design inside of our shape. Now, eventually we're gonna cut this out. But before we start to cut, and I made a circular spiral, before we start to cut, we're gonna give it a little design. We're gonna create a Zentangle design or a Zentangle pattern inside of our spiral shape. Now yesterday, I worked on this one for a while, and I decided to take this same idea and turn it into a snake. So there's a snake that I worked on yesterday, and it has a scale pattern inside of its back, or on its back. So for our Zentangle pattern, you can use anything for your pattern. We have
pens, color pencils, more pens, and then erasable pens.
Erasable pens over here, and I'm gonna use a dark colored pen for mine, because our paper, we have colored construction paper, and I think the dark colored pen would show up on there. And on the snake that I worked on yesterday, I used the same ink pens, but if you have a Sharpie or a pencil or a crayon or anything like that, it would also do the trick. Alright, so let's do a little update on what we've got going on here. Let me peek over Ella's shoulder. So one thing she did was she looked up Zentangle patterns on Google. She did a search on Google for Zentangle patterns, and she found some things that she would like to use for hers. And so she did bubbles and clouds and sunshines
And smiley faces.
Smiley faces. And I just did, so far on mine, I've got some line patterns. And then Carly joined us too, and she has a cool geometric pattern going on. Looks like lots of triangles.
I was gonna do that, but I don't think it would work out in mine.
Alright, so I just finished my design inside of my spiral, and now the next step is to start to cut out the spiral. But the main thing is you don't want to cut your spiral completely off the page. So at the very top of my spiral, I drew 2 pencil lines. Here, I'll show you right here. I drew 2 pencil lines at the top of the spiral where I'm not going to cut this part out. I'm going to leave this attached. So I'm going to cut all along the spiral here.
Go over there, like, it's really, you're crowding.
I'm seeing.
Okay, so I'm going to get it started with an x-acto knife, and at home you may want to get your parents to help you get started. But after I get it started, I'm going to use a pair of scissors to finish up. So let's see. Right here. I'm gonna leave that. I'm just gonna start cutting on the outside, but I think I'm gonna leave that.
Slow and steady.
Coming.
All right. Alright, so just finished cutting out my spiral, which was kind of hard. So if you need to, get your parents to help you with that step. And then after you cut out your spiral, then you pick it up and you move it over maybe to the bottom half of your paper like this, and it becomes a paper sculpture. And then you'll have to put a little glue somewhere. When you get it where you want it, you get a little glue and glue it down. You can see your design in 3D.
Are you serious?
Ella's photobombing me. Alright, so I cut out the spiral snake and I got it glued down, and this is the second one that I've gotten done. But what I've realized is it helps if you glue down a little bit on each turn, on each spiral. So if you glue down a little bit on each one, like right here, 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 and here, it makes it kind of pop up good. So, and another thing about this one is from this angle it looks really cool because you can see the patterns and designs. But from this angle, you can see the white paper on the back side. So if you have extra time, you may want to flip your paper over before you cut it out and decorate the back side of your spiral if you want to. All right, so Ella's over here getting hers ready.
Yes.
She just finished cutting hers out. So Ella, what I was just saying there, hold on a minute before you get it. Or is that did you already get that piece glued down? All right, so go back in and maybe do a little dot under each one of those. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
But when you get it, make sure you pinch it, and when you put your glue on there, make sure you push it down real good. Hold it for a while. I think that glue's just thick.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It was open.
And Carly's still at her Zentangle design.
That's a wrap on the Love Shack. I don't know what you want me to do.
Hold on, let's start. I'll put the camera on you. Hold on.
That's a wrap from the Love Shack.